Hello everyone, I'm Douglas E. Welch and this is What Douglas Dug, presented by A Gardener's Notebook. For more information on this blog and podcast and more great gardening content, please visit douglasewelch.com. What Douglas Dug is a review of some of the best gardening items I've found in my internet travels during the past month. You can receive my shared items as I find them on my various social media sites, including Twitter, Pinterest, Facebook, and Google+. You'll find links to all of these on the website. First off, let's start with a bit of a warning about the garden images you see on the World Wide Web. I pinned this photo immediately when I first saw it, and I even wanted to use it as a focus of a post in my Interesting Plant series on A Gardener's Notebook blog. When I started to do some research on the rose, though, I found some anomalies. First, when doing a Google image search, I first noticed that almost all the photos available on the web were this exact same photo. Second, when I did find additional photos, they seemed to lack the deep black red of this original photo. Could it be that the image was shopped, as they say? This means that the photo had been significantly modified in Adobe Photoshop or some other similar image editing program. It seems that this photo was indeed shopped to make the reds look much darker than usual and also to increase the contrast between the white and the red. What I'm finding is that you have to be very careful when using the internet and even printed catalog pictures when making your plant decisions. Pinterest and other sites are filled more and more with altered images in order to increase the impact of the photo, and in some cases in an attempt to get you to buy something of a pig and a poke. So be careful out there. Enjoy the photo as a photo, but it probably won't look this way in your garden. Here's another great reuse idea for your garden: succulents in a lunchbox. I will say that the photo looks more like a tackle box to me, but any reusable container would work. Succulents are a great choice for this due to their slow growing habits and the fact that they don't need deep soil to thrive. You'd need to punch some holes in the bottom for drainage, but otherwise, this is an easy project anyone, even young children, could complete. If you're ever in the Coachella Valley in California, which includes Palm Springs, Indian Wells, Rancho, Mirage, and other cities, you'll want to stop by Sunnylands Center and Gardens, newly opened to the public. Sunnylands was the former estate of publisher and former ambassador Walter Annenberg and his wife Leonora. And while you can also tour their modern design house, the new gardens are impressive in their own right. I took quite a few photos on my visit and also put together a video montage. You can see them both on the Gardener's Notebook blog. Here's a neat way to create raised beds in your garden without having to build the bed rails yourself. If you have access to an inexpensive, or even better, free source for these galvanized steel tubs, you might have a great solution for no-build raised beds. You'd need to drill drainage holes, of course, and it looks like these are buried in the surrounding soil about half their depth, but it might end up being less work overall. This is also a great way to reuse one of those troughs that is no longer functional for its intended purpose of holding water. Instead of throwing it on the junk pile, give it a second life in your garden. Here's another great plant, this time a vegetable, that I featured as an interesting plant on the Gardener's Notebook blog: Parisian Carrots. For most home gardeners, including yours truly, growing carrots can be difficult. Carrots want nearly perfect soil or they split, twist, or simply refuse to grow. My own recent experiment with carrots was a complete failure, but when I saw these small rounded Parisian carrots, it made me want to try again. I'm thinking that these might grow quite well in a container, so I'm looking to pot some up as soon as I can. Additionally, since I'm on a weight loss program, I'm eating a ton of carrots each week. I think it would be great to have a source of my own lovely homegrown carrots to munch on, if at all possible. To finish up this episode of What Douglas Dug, here's a great blog post on growing rosemary topiaries. I put a few of these together a few years ago, but they were all young and died while we were away on an extended vacation. I've always wanted to try to make a group of these again, and this blog post has put me on the right track, I think. Creating a rosemary topiary really isn't difficult. It does take a long time though, especially if you're starting your rosemary plants from cuttings. Of course, you could just get right to the topiary part by buying a plant at your local garden store and pruning it into shape. Don't worry, I won't judge you if you decide to use this method. It'll certainly speed up the process. For me though, I'm going to take cuttings from my large rosemary plant and start from there again, I think. It will give me some great footage from my container garden update series on A Gardener's Notebook. Thanks for watching this episode of What Douglas Dug. Please let me know which items you find most interesting or useful. It'll help me find more great items in the future. You can find all these items on my Pinterest page and in the Gardener's Notebook Twitter account. Please follow me on whatever sites are more convenient or fun for you. Leave your links, questions, and comments on the blog at douglasewelch.com/AGN or as a YouTube comment. Speaking of YouTube, if you enjoyed this video, please click the like button. It helps other YouTube members discover my videos and helps support the blog and podcast. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel and see a notification whenever I post a new video. Until next time on What Douglas Dug, keep digging.
Clouds in the sky, oh no they ain't none. Flowers on the side, and I will get you some.